Good
Are you
afternoon.
there?
Yep. Hello, Helen. You're back live. Perfect. We've just started the webinar. Perfect timing.
Great.
Everyone's flooded into the room now. So welcome to this month's edition of Speed Dating with Clarity. If you guys wouldn't mind, just popping something in the chat, just saying where you're from. I'm from Brisbane, just to get the thing started. So yeah, just want to make sure the chat's all working fine. On that note, you'll see a little blue when you hit chat. You'll see a little blue what's it? Technical terms. Drop that down from host and panelists to everyone so that everyone can see what you have to say. Of course, if you do have any private questions you want to ask, just ask. You're welcome to drop it back into just the hosts and panelists. So feel free. Let me just share my screen. I probably should have done that up front, but you got to see more of us. So that's always a plus. Okay, everyone's coming in. So we've got some really special guests with us today. We've got Brad Turville from The Gap, Head of Sales. So welcome, Brad. We've got Vanessa Bosnich. Yes.
Yep.
Matt from Spotlight Reporting. Matt Collis from IdentityCheck. Helen Malloy from Digital Rapport. And of course, Ron Drost from ATO Smart Talk. So thank you guys very much for attending today. Greatly appreciated. All right, so let's get started, shall we? Now, it looks like the little timer has not come through, which is fantastic. So I'm going to have a little timer on my side here, and I will give you a 30-second countdown. But Matt, do you want to kick us off and get going? I'll save the Clarity Street piece to the end. Yeah, do you want to share your screen and get going?
Just trying to find how to unmute myself there. But hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all. I'm Matt from IdentityCheck. We've been going for about 4 years. We are Australian owned and operated. We help businesses globally with integrated and compliant workflows. So across financial services, legal services, and real estate. In Australia, we help quite a number of Australian accountants. I've put up some of the logos of just a sample of some of our clients here. And we're obviously helping with meeting the relatively new TPB ID verification guidelines. What's quite exciting is that we are at 697 business users, and we sign up normally 2 or 3 a day. So maybe today's the day that we hit another milestone. I will show my screen because one of the key differences about what we do and what we build is in our integration. So we are the world's only fully integrated ID verification solution. And what that means is that if you were to buy ID verification software from somewhere else, then you would need to have another tab open. You would have to learn that software. You'd have to train other people on the software. You'd be copying and pasting data from one tool to another. And uniquely, what ours does, it works inside the practice management software that you already use. So I'm going to show you how it works in XPM. Quite simply, all you would have to do to trigger a check on this particular contact is you'll see we've created some fields here, KYC command, status, and the verification link. To trigger a check, literally all you have to do is to check that box. It really is that simple. Anybody can learn it in about 2 minutes. And hit save. What happens is that when we detect that that checkbox has been ticked, is that we will send the contact an email. They'll look something like this. As implied, we can customize the branding and the wording as per the requirements. The email also contains a unique link that when they open it, so they can go straight to it from their smartphone, or if they open the desktop, they can go via QR code. They'll go to a session that looks something like this. I put a Texan driver's license here just to remind me to mention that we do support over 230 countries. It's an identical process. It works perfectly fine in Australia, New Zealand. Most commonly, passport, driver's license, or a national identity card. Like in Australia, we've got a proof of identity card. It works fine with. The first step is that we verify that the document is original. We don't accept photos of our identity documents. We also check that it's in frame, in focus, there's no glare on the screen. If there's any issues with the quality of the image, then we would let the user know in real time to retake the picture. We then proceed to ask for a selfie. Similar with the ID document, we make sure that the picture is in frame, in focus. There's nothing covering the face. If there's any issues, again, we ask the user in real time. We also do what's called a liveness check. So this has to be a real human being at the end of the camera. We won't accept a photo of somebody. In any case, we've then got a valid photo of an original government issued photo ID and a selfie. We then conduct a biometric check. So we're matching the features on the face in the selfie with the features in the face on the identity document. And what I can say is it's faster and more accurate than a human could ever do. This entire process takes about 30 seconds for the user, and the decision is made in about 5 seconds. The user is told immediately that they have completed the verification session, and then what we do is we update XPM. So among those 3 fields that we create, we then will update the KYC status field with the outcome. And in the verification link, we'll post a link to the verification session. Now, really important here is that any users of the practice management software can trigger a check or can see the outcome of a check, but only users that you permit can see the sensitive data that's been collected during the verification session. So if you were to click on that link, then you go to a page that looks like this. You'll be asked for a username, password, and 2-factor authentication code. This isn't something you'd need to do every day, but if you wanted to check the integrity of our solution or introduce extra layers of compliance, then you could do so. We'll show you all the data that we've collected during the session. So the document that was used, the full legal name and date of birth that was extracted from the document. So you'll notice that both the operator nor the client needed to enter any personal information that's been read from the identity document that's been used. The address if the document contains it, and then the original images that were collected during the session. Now, importantly for privacy reasons and our own security, we only retain the images for a 45-day window, after which we would automatically delete those. And then we leave you some flexibility as to whether you, because some businesses do need to retain the documents in some jurisdictions, or for the types of products that you sell, then you do need to retain them. Typically, Australian accountants actually are encouraged not to retain them. So you have flexibility. You can delete any of these details within a couple of clicks. That's all pretty smooth. So that's kind of the main functionality of the workflow that I wanted to show you. In summary, it's really simple to use. Literally, you don't need any extra tabs open, new software to learn. It's one click. There's no data entry for you or for your clients as they're onboarding. And then the update is returned automatically back to XPM with a link to a secure version of the session if you wish to check it. So just in case anybody's like to learn some more, please go ahead and scan the QR code. I've got a minute and a half left, so if people do have questions, I'm quite happy to take them. One of the main features that I haven't covered today is the onboarding form. So a lot of accounting firms are manually entering new client details into XPM or their other practice management software, and we can automatically collect the data, verify the individual, and create the records, so removing more manual steps. If anyone's interested in the AML compliance, we are already AML compliant. It's not a regulation in Australia yet, but it will be at some point. And then we are doing a special offer for any attendees for today's session, whether you're watching it live or on a recording. We are offering free onboarding until the end of August. And what I wanted to leave you with to wrap up, way ahead of time. I speak too fast. I don't know. Hopefully not. Is just a couple of case studies. So this is Angela from Guardian Tax Solutions. She onboards about 100 new clients a month. We've taken the time it takes her to onboard a new client from around an hour on average down to about 5 minutes. And then we typically see ROI. This is the Fox Group. We typically see an ROI between 10 and 20 times the investment in the software. So I'm good. 10 seconds back to you, Jack. You're on mute, dude. I assume you're saying great things.
I'm saying the best things, actually. You missed it all. But thanks so much for that. That was awesome. I have launched the poll.
What is that? Oh, okay.
Jurassic Park. I have launched the poll, so do feel free to go in there and click on that. We did have one question in the chat. So can you keep and dispose of information manually by financial planning and accounting firms?
Yeah, so there's a couple of options for that. with on the results page, there's a couple of options. One is that we do have the ability to manually select to download the PDF of the verification session. So you can download that manually. We can also automate that process. So whether you want to just do it from time to time, or whether you want us to implement a process by which the PDF showing the full results is always posted back to your CRM or practice management software, we can also automate that.
Perfect. All right, fantastic. Thanks so much, Matt. Next up, we have Ron. Now, just one little thing to say is that it's actually Ron's birthday today, a little birdie told me,
No.
from a certain team. So if you wouldn't mind jumping in the chat and saying happy birthday. But Ron, my friend, maybe a bit of introduction about who you are, and let's get going.
Yeah, no problem at all. We won't play guess the age, but 35 years of experience there sort of gives it away a little bit. I'm Ron Dross, CEO of ATO Smart Docs. Thank you very much, Jack, for the opportunity to participate today. We really appreciate it. And I'm going to get in and run a few things. The guys in the office have got a bet running that they reckon I couldn't finish within 6 minutes, but I'm happy to take that bet up. Just some highlights, guys. We've got about 700 firms using ATO Smart Docs. Last financial year, we processed, or last 12 months, we processed over 1.5 million ATO documents. So we've got a pretty sophisticated engine. Security's what we live and breathe, and you'll see that in the way we approach things. What does Smart Docs do? Well, this is the best picture we could come up with. That wave is a wave of ATO documents hitting accounting firms. That's you on the boat. And Smart Docs is all about turning that boat around and helping you move off to calmer waters and get control of all your ATO documents, your paper documents. We cover all 500 documents from the ATO, or 100% of them. So we help you sort of get out of that space. We talked about security before. Security is massive. It's everything. We learnt that on Friday. With some of the downtime. We do a lot of audits of accounting firms to when we were onboarding them to see what their security has been like in the past. We often find that firms are sending documents as attachments, redacting tax file numbers. When we go and look at some of their documents, like income tax statements, we find they've sent it to their client as an attachment. And our theory is if it's not secure enough to send a tax file number, then you shouldn't be attaching it to the email. But we find firms aren't redacting all of the tax file numbers. So, some real security issues there. If you do redact the PRN, then how's the client going to pay it? But I'll show you how we've solved that with the security. Everything we do has two-factor. So the client will get an email, nothing attached to it, and a text message with the PIN number as well. Guys, we use the Microsoft platform for all of our software. We do host documents for your clients when they want to go and look at them. As I said, we're obsessed with security, just like your Office 365, FYI, Suite Files, all the other products in the cloud. We've done our homework. We're confident about our security, that it's best practice. The ATO audit us. So we're not sort of putting things on our website saying we don't want to hold any data. We're not sure that our system's secure enough. We've done all the homework. So that's a bit of peace of mind. As we say to firms, would you rather have documents going out with two-factor, or would you rather your clients having emails with attachments sitting in their inbox when half your clients haven't even turned on the two-factor on their inbox? So, you can't control what your clients do, but by delivering with two-factor, you really do protect your clients. Just redacting the tax file numbers, like buying a brand new Tesla, drive it to the supermarket, lock the front doors by removing the tax file number and leave everything else open. We're all about protecting the whole document, not just parts of that document. Enough of PowerPoint slides. Let's go jump in and have a look at Smart Docs in action. So log in the morning. Overnight, we connect to the ATO. As I said, we're a digital service provider with the ATO, and we downloaded all of your documents that are available automatically. So they're sitting here. So it only requires the mouse to be pointed to the left-hand side of the screen and to click on the SmartBot button. And it does absolutely everything for you. So that's processing the documents, filing them into your document management system, sending out the text message. So clients get a ping for an email, ping for a text. That's really handy if the clients are giving you the wrong email as well, because they'll get the text message and then they'll go and look for the email and you'll work out that they've got the wrong email. So that's the strength of two-factor. It's not just about security, but it's about making sure clients get the document or know that there's a document for them. Let's run it live. Click on SmartBot. off it goes automatically. It got the documents from the ATO. On the second spot there where I'm moving my mouse up to document 2 of 5, creating covering email, sending it out to the client. The client's getting a ping for the email, ping for the text message onto the third document, creating the covering email to do letters for you, mail merge. Client's getting, if it's auto send, a ping for an email, text message. If it's a document that...
Hi, Ron, sorry to stop you there. I'm going to pause the timer for a second. It looks like the screen isn't sharing.
Oh, it's not sharing.
Maybe just stop and reshare.
Yeah, no problem at all. Let's do that. And that way we should be right. How's that?
Oh, yep, cool. If you mind just starting again, I'll pause the timer for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem at all. So we missed the famous or the best part of it. But while I was running Smart Docs, there it was automatically processing the documents, and it did the benchmark, I think, for firms is processing 5 documents in less than 20 seconds. That includes everything: the filing of the documents, sending the documents to your clients, workflow. You have different rules over the different documents, different templates per document, all of those things. Think of Smart Docs as really having all of your rules around what you want to happen with your ATO documents and how you want them actually processed and all the templates. So that when we finish doing that, we're left with 1 document. The reason we've got 1 left that's orange is the assessed amount didn't agree, and it's automatically emailed the accountant telling them to go and check their workflow. So that's your benchmark, 5 documents in 20 seconds. Now, what I want to do is I'll switch screens here to show you how we handle the client experience. So what's it like? Now, I know I'll have to do another share on that because of the way it's working at the moment. So that should show you the correspondence that's sent to the client. Again, different branding, logos, all those sorts of things. We send out all the emails out through your Office 365 as well. So all your client needs to do is just click on the link down the bottom there to access their document. And what it will do is take them to the login screen, and I'll just share that as well. And don't have to remember passwords. All they do is say get PIN number, enter the PIN, and they've now got access to their documents. And from here, they can download documents. They can view them as well. So where they've got something that's got a PRN number or an EFT code that includes the tax file number, they just click the view button. They can see the document, but when they click download, we'll redact all of the tax file numbers because they're taking it out of your nice and secure environment where you've got all your documents, providing a portal, if you like, for all of your clients' documents. You can upload documents. You've got a search over the top, you can search for the super fund documents, do all those sorts of things. Just a nice, neat way to get the documents to your clients. If you've got an existing portal, we'll integrate to that. You can have a combination of your existing portal and you can see the ease of Smart Docs. When clients view the document, when clients download the document, it comes up on the screen there as well. And I'm down to about 2 seconds. So I won the bet with my team that I could get through it.
Perfect. Absolute legend. So when it comes to ATO Smart Docs, I think that it's easily one of the most recommended apps that we recommend here at Clarity Street. I was speaking to a firm yesterday, and they said they cut down their ATO correspondence time from about an hour a day down to about 10 minutes a day. So huge efficiency gains to be gained from ATO Smart Docs. I'm just going to launch a poll now. So if you do want to have a chat with Ron and the team, I do encourage you to have a look at ATO Smart Docs. It's an absolutely brilliant tool, as you've seen. Well, partly saw. Thanks to that.
Yes, we missed the best bit, but that's all right. Book a Zoom and we'll show it to you running live.
All right, perfect. There's a few more answers coming in, so we'll let those go in there. But any questions from anyone in the audience today? Chris East, excellent, big fan. Perfect. All right, so we'll end the poll now. And Helen, my dearest and oldest friend, you are up.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
All right, off we go. Okay, I'm going to be really upfront before we kick off. Sorry. Okay, I'm running on my hotspot, and I keep getting a notification saying that my connection is unstable. So if you can't hear me or I sound robotic in any way, it's not the AI that I'm presenting. That's because I'm on an unstable connection. So can everyone hear me okay? Jack, am I all right?
Yep, you're good to go, Helen.
No, see, I can't hear you. Okay, awesome. All right. Helen Malloy, Digital Rapport, 25 years in financial services, 14 years in self-managed superannuation. I'm now in the AI space, but within accounting. So what do? We provide financial reporting via AI-driven video narrated in your AI voice via Microsoft Neural Text-to-Speech function. So we are the only ones globally providing this solution. So we do not have any competitors. If we do, they're a couple of years behind us. So our platform where we create our videos, it took about 3 years to build, and it's an absolute ripper. So for all the accountants out there and advisors and bookkeepers, I guess what happens when we report financials through to business services clients or SMSF trustees, it may be in the format of a PDF, it's a P&L and it's a balance sheet. And the feedback is showing that the engagement rate on this form of reporting is 3%. So your clients aren't looking at it. So it's a bit of a waste of time. But you still feel the need to do it for some reason. I think it's because we've done it that way for such a long time. So what we enable you to do through our integration with Xero and also our integration with BGL Simple Fund 360 is jump into our platform, extract the data and create a 2 to 3 minute video that is delivered to your client. Engagement rate on our videos is 70%. And 50% of that 70% are watching the videos twice. So they look great on your phone. So they're available on any device. And video, powerful, agile tool. You will know that we consume information now via video more than any other format, whether we like it or not. And especially as millennials come through, it's even more prominent. So I'm going to do a quick demo because I love a chat, and I'll just keep talking for the whole 6 minutes and I'll show you nothing. So I'm going to share my screen and show you how we make a video because it's super quick. So I want to talk about AI because that's what we do. We're a full AI solution. So you can see my screen. Yep. Awesome. So so this is a platform. It's called Epic. AI, not everyone has an AI strategy. I ask people what their AI strategy is, and they're like, haven't really looked into it. Excellent place to start financial reporting. We make it super, super easy. I want to create a video. I'm going to create a video for the trustee, for the SMSF trustee. I click this button. So this is going to ask me a few questions. It will have, once we've set up your AI voice, which we do via Microsoft, it's a quick and easy process, puts a digital watermark on your voice. Voice cloning is impossible. So it would say, Helen AI voice. Then you want to activate the AI while you're making the video. All of your SMSFs will be listed here that are in BGL. Otherwise, if you're using Xero, it would have every organization. You'd select the organization or the fund you're running the video for. So your partner name is the accounting firm's partner name or the bookkeeper's name or the advisor's name. For SMSF, I need to select a financial year. What's happening now, it's bringing through 2 years worth of data from Simple Fund 360, but it's also doing an AI analysis on that data year on year to bring back a default commentary about the narration of the video for each KPI. We'll do it for you. I would recommend using the text-to-speech boxes to actually include a call to action in your voice, because what we're finding with clients who are watching the videos, they're really absorbing the commentary. That's what's going in. They're listening. So if you're saying, look, I need to speak to you about your debtor days, they're going to give you a call. And that's what's happening. So my internet is unstable and it's taking a while to come through. I'm sorry. It usually takes about 10 seconds. And of course, this would happen to me now. Can you still hear me? Everyone's gone. Everyone's frozen.
Hear you. Well, given the internet, Helen, if you'd like, in the follow-up, we can send out a little Loom video of you running through this in a bit more of a fluent way so that everyone can still see it maybe after the event.
I've actually got an info pack. Oh, here we go. This is a set. So these are the highlights. Can you hear me still?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. All right, these are the highlights. So it's brought through a default analysis by AI for each of the highlights. So you look at fund performance, member balances, tax payable, refundable, investment mix, contributions, earnings versus pension, and minimum pension withdrawal. So I just want to give you an example of how the AI voice sounds. So once you're happy with what you've written in here, whether it's default or not, and you hit convert, then you play it.
Hi Helen, welcome to your 2024 report, where I'll be discussing the key highlights of our fund. Please
Okay, so
ensure
that's
you
just
watch
an
this
example.
video
So you
before
run
signing
through,
the digital pack.
like I said, use it as a call to action. Also use this as a marketing tool. Show everyone that you are cutting edge and you're moving into with technology, you're moving into AI. It's worked brilliantly for client retention, and they know that you're actually making a move into this space. So once you hit proceed, it then comes to you in a little GIF like this. Oh, did it show my screen with the emails on it? Or am I still on the other screen?
On the other
Don't
screen.
use Zoom. Well, I'm still on the other screen. That's all right. It will come through to you. I'm going to stop sharing. It will come through to you. We don't send it directly to the client. It's sent up to you to forward on that email with any other information you might want to the client. At least you know they've got that 2-minute video. They're absorbing that. They're watching it. And it's got the call to actions in your voice to bring in advisory work. There we go. Put a get going. Another hour.
Excellent.
But yes, I have an info pack which has a copy of the demo, everything that I can send out. So hit me up if you wanted a copy of the info pack. It's all digital. It's all videos because I do everything in video. There we go.
So I put a poll up. If you want to have
That's
a
me
chat.
done. And I
Oh, go on, Helen. You go.
have to go back to. I have to go back to my conference I'm currently at. So you will see me disappear. But thank you, Jack. Thank you, everyone else on the panel. You're all amazing, and I will see you soon.
See you, Helen. Thank you. How cool is that? I reckon. So if it tells us to drop off, if you've got some more questions, feel free obviously to email Helen directly, or hit that poll and get in contact. All right. So ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. Brad, my friend. Over to you. Oh, is it actually Vanessa? Sorry, Vanessa, over to you.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Jack. Great. Thank you, everyone, for welcoming Spotlight to this session. And we're excited to see all the participants there. So welcome, everyone, as well. So I will share my screen. And this is just going to be a really high level in relation to Spotlight and very much about the model that we work under. So Spotlight is all about allowing accountants to grow advisory with the reports and forecasts being the connection with the clients. So to empower the best accountants to be trusted advisors and ultimately earn new fees, to help transform a traditional industry into progressive firms of the future, and to stimulate the conversation that lead to better outcomes ultimately for SMEs everywhere. So that's very much why we exist. So Spotlight's been around for many years. I think we're on 13 years now, and we are a global company operating from sort of every corner of the globe. We have about 60 staff and 7 different locations globally. We're working with 2,000 plus accounting firms, and under that is, tens or over 10,000 actual users accessing Spotlight platforms globally. We were the original Xero reporting app, and we are constantly developing R&D to ensure that our tools can stay progressive for our progressive accountants. So what our customers are saying about us, we work extensively with really large enterprise firms, right down to regional accounting firms or even bookkeeping offices. So here's a bit of feedback from some of our very happy customers. So the benefits for virtual CFOs. Powerful reporting is probably the number one. Forecasting and budgeting is available in our tools. Visual graphs and charts. So what you can't get out of Xero or your cloud accounting solution, as far as very visual performance, certainly you can get that out of Xero, out of Spotlight reporting. White labeling. So an accounting firm would fully brand the report to their own look and feel. Consolidation is a very powerful tool that attracts many to us. Cash flow analysis, action planning, and very easy to use. So we actually have 5 modules in our platform now. Our reporting and forecasting are sort of the big powerhouses. Dashboard, simply just a one-pager, might sort of pique the client's interest. The multi-tool is being used by franchise head offices, enables for benchmarking and ranking across franchise. However, multi can be considered for consolidation, and consolidation comes out of reporting and forecasting modules as well. And late last year, we announced our Sustain product, and I'll speak about Sustain a little bit more in a minute. So our reporting tool, there's pre-made templates. It literally takes a couple of minutes to bring the data in and produce a beautiful report for a client. But from there, you can dive a bit deeper and create customization. Consolidation is available in reporting. Extensive chart gallery. I think there's about 120 pre-made charts. However, you can make your own charts with your own formulas across various aspects of the business performance within the one chart. Action planning, cash flow waterfall page is available in the reporting, industry focused reports, and you can add any external content that you need. The other thing that's very valuable to accounting firms, and we are seeing a huge uptake of this, forecasting really took a great interest in the beginning of COVID, and we are seeing accountants really start to work with their clients more and more now, looking into the future and planning for the future. So some great functionality there, and I do really recommend accountants to jump in and have a play around with our forecasting tool. So Spotlight Sustain, what is it? Spotlight Sustain allows accountants and business owners to be able to create ESG reporting. So a lot of accountants now are starting to present these sustainability reports to their clients. It is becoming more spoken of, and we will see it becoming more a part of that advisory offering for accountants now and going into the future. It's not just for huge businesses that are sort of government mandated to create those ESG reports. If you are part of that supply chain, these small businesses will have to start creating ESG reports as well. And that's where Spotlight Sustain comes in. So we recommend everyone to trial the Spotlight Sustain tool as well. So I'd just like to dive a little bit deeper into our advisory model. So we very much believe that advisory is about investing in a more holistic project. A Spotlight is not just about accessing software or automation tools. We are a full model that allows accountants to invest in that project and be able to ultimately grow their advisory. So it's really about getting the whole team skilled up, not just in our tools, but in being able to have that advisory relationship with clients right through your business, from the grads right through to senior accountants and partners, to lean on the customer success consultant in Spotlight as well. And very much, as I said, about investing in advisory. The 3 pillars to find your ROI is the scale, efficiencies, and then ultimately the advisory growth. So we have a fabulous human team, very much still a part of Spotlight. So customer success consultants, we've got certification, transform in action, tailored training, and we've also got the help centre that you can lean on. Our CEO and founder, Richard Francis, has written a transform book. So you might want to take a moment to capture that QR code and download the book. I highly recommend it. And we're in the process of uploading even more content in that book as we speak. So we recommend for everyone to start the trial. Please get your hands dirty in our solution in the first 14 days, and you'll hear from one of our representatives. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Vanessa. So we did have one question from Tracy. So can you just get the dashboard app, or do you need to purchase the reporting and forecasting as well? I believe that was around the time you were talking about the ESG reporting.
Okay, yeah, great. So thank you, Tracy. Our tool does come as a package. So if you are accessing the tool in general, even from the beginning in the trial, you do get access to reporting, dashboard, and forecasting modules. So that is available as a package.
Perfect. Any other questions? Any other wrapping up remarks, Vanessa?
That's it. Thank you. It is very easy to start a trial. The workflow process of Spotlight is really intuitive. So yes, I recommend everyone to start a trial and start running some reports live for clients.
Legend. All
Great.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vanessa. At last but not least, Mr. Turville, may I hand over to yourself, good sir?
You can, Jack. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. I'm just going to share my screen. Jack, thumbs up if that's showing. Good. We like it when the tech works. All right, let's get into it. I've only got 6 minutes here to give you a quick intro of the gap. So I want to make it all killer and no filler. That's me. You can connect on LinkedIn if you want to know about me. So what is the gap? The gap is an online platform giving you the tools to better market, sell, and deliver advisory. So the core purpose of the gap is advisory made easy. And so our training and our tools and our content lives into that ethos, making it easier for you around how do we market, create some awareness, show the value to the clients, go into a transaction, and then start to deliver some advisory services. And I'll give you a couple of examples today, and I'll give you a little demo on how you can show your clients the value. And so we're here to give you and your team the tools and ongoing training to make it easy to start having better conversations, which is where it starts, getting better with what you've already got. And I'll show you how to do that in just a moment, but then how to scale it out. And so it just doesn't become all siloed to the partners or the seniors, but how can we get more of the team involved? So what I want you to have a little bit of a think about is, what is your business purpose? Some of the attendees today might have put a lot of thinking into this. Some may have not thought too much about it. But where I'm going to with it is I talk to a lot of accountants, I look at a lot of websites, and what I see are things like we want to help our clients grow, we want to help them build their wealth, we want to help them get from A to B, and things sort of that nature. You can insert your own purpose there. But the question then is, are you living into your purpose? Are you clear on your ideal client? And are you presenting and offering all the products and services that they need to get them from A to B? So if we have a little bit of a think about some of them, here I've got the chocolate wheel of services. Now, 2 of them you're already delivering. The onboarding meeting, which is a meeting with a prospective client you're already running, and your annual accounts review meeting, which now this time of year, NZ attendees are well in the middle of that. Australia, you're definitely getting started right now. You're already running those meetings, or I like to think you're presenting financials and tax to your clients. But we provide some structure and distinctions, pre-work, delivery notes, minutes, value gap calculators to step that up a whole few notches, especially the annual accounts review meeting, which I'm going to go into detail on in a second. What can that then lead to? Well, if we're talking advisory and we talk basic foundational advisory, I would say 3 things. You could go into a one-off 90-minute cash and profit improvement meeting. You could go into, say, an annual planning session to map out a 12-month, 1-page business plan, or it might be those regular catch-ups that you're having with your clients monthly or quarterly. You might be using some spotlight reports in those type of meetings, but creating a real wholesome type approach there with an agenda and documenting some goals and actions. So we want to start with leveraging what you've already got and not reinventing the wheel. This is where it starts. So if we focus on the annual accounts review meeting, everyone here should be familiar with one of these. Adding some more tools to making it a better experience for the client, not just a drudgery type meeting. So pre-work that goes out to ensure that they're going to read their reports. They can reflect on what's happened and what the future looks like. Also, some delivery notes around how to run that meeting. Now, I know a lot of the attendees have run hundreds to thousands of these meetings before, but if you're looking to get your team a bit more involved and empower some of your young guns, we need to give them some delivery notes, some prompts, and some structure, and that might be a way you can free up capacity to run some better meetings and start to deliver some advisory. So let me quickly jump into the gap and show you this value gap calculator, because this is something I would encourage you to use in your annual accounts review meetings. I'd use it in onboarding meetings. You can run it in any meeting. And the key point of this is you can do some basic forward-gazing planning with your client. Okay, so annual accounts review meeting is 31 March or 30 June backwards looking. You need to cover off on them, but we want to share a distinction to shift gears and look at the front windscreen and have a discussion around what the next 12 months looks like in your business client's business. So I've got some basic numbers in here, a couple of P&L and a couple of balance sheet items. Don't overcomplicate it. Grab it out of Xero, grab it off their financials. It doesn't matter. We can then have a conversation around what cash and profit improvement looks like. So if I see their debtor days are 67, that's a bit of accountanese language. We want to put it in layman's terms. We want to ask them about cash. I want to hear about their payment terms. If it should be 30 and it's 67, I might want to say, right, well, what if we set that as a bit of a project this year to free it up by 20 days? I want to take accountanese language and I want to put it in layman's terms. Everyone knows what another 68 grand in free cash flow looks like. So we want to show that to the client. The same goes for profit improvement. A lot of your clients are going to say they want to grow their business. Great. Are you crystal clear on what you need to focus on to grow it? Most aren't going to answer that confidently. So let's see what's possible if we grow it. Let's say they want to get one new customer every month and they need to put their prices up 4% and their GP slipped a little bit. So we want to work closely, see what's going on and help them get that back. We're creating a plan. It's updating live. And then you've got a great report that you can PDF, click PDF and give it to the client. It gives them the strategy, it gives them the what, but then you're going to offer a service, a one-off profit improvement meeting, a planning session, or ongoing help and support to help them implement the how, the things they're going to do, the tactics. So we're seeing firms starting to deliver these type of meetings and using this tool in their annual accounts review meeting, and it's going to show the client what's possible. So what we're thinking about here is taking the client up the value ladder from compliance only down the bottom to those next steps. And so think about a value ladder in the context of your clients and your firm. Couple more quick slides here, Jack, as the timer goes off. So plenty of support available at the Gap. We've got monthly trainings, quarterly masterclasses. We've got an annual conference coming up in Auckland. It's 2 days. There's great speakers. It's only going to be on advisory. So if you're in NZ, come along. If you're in Australia, book a ticket. And I'll leave this up on your screen here. On the left side, sign up for a trial. You can play with it for 30 days in your own time. Use the calculator. In fact, use the calculator in some client meetings over the coming weeks. If you want me to run you through it, go on the other side. You can book a Calendly meeting with me. There we go.
Brilliant. Happy days. Thanks so much, Brad. I love it. That's absolutely awesome. So there is just one more thing to walk everyone before everyone jumps off the session today. I'm just going to stop sharing the screen if that's okay, Brad. At the start of this meeting, naturally when I'm doing something like this, my Mac decides to have a moment. So I had a moment, so I wasn't able to run this through. But for those of you on the call who haven't heard of Clarity Street before, we are cloud integrators and cloud optimizers for the accounting and bookkeeping professions. So what that means, it fits into 3 categories. You've got projects. So if you're either looking to shift from a server-based environment into the cloud-based environment and want to do that smoothly and with some expertise behind you, we're your people. So we do more than just tech. It's about systems and processes. And we work with everything from, say, XBM, Carbon, and of course, we do recommend the lovely people we have on the session today. We've got, if you're looking to improve the efficiencies internally, we do offer services around optimizing your internal workflow if you're an existing cloud firm. In addition to that, we have Clarity Campus, which is an online training hub for accountants and bookkeepers to, if you have onboarding, offboarding of teams and they aren't familiar with your app stack, inside Campus, you've got courses for most of the core applications within most cloud-based accounting businesses. So we can help do the training and onboarding of new team members. And then finally, if you are looking to do more social media type work and really boost your marketing presence, we do also have Clarity Social, which you can use. I'll be launching a poll in just a second if you want to have a chat with everyone. So we've got one final option. And you can also email us at info@claritystreet.com.au. So if there's any more questions in the chat, please feel free to pop them in the chat. I'm going to run one final poll and then we'll be good to go. So awesome. Happy days. How about my fellow panelists? Do you guys have any questions for each other? Is there anything that sort of sparked some curiosity in you about the other people on the conversation today?
I don't. It's been interesting because some of them I hadn't fully had an awareness of. So it's good. It's beneficial for us as well.
Beautiful. All right. Well, everyone, that's a wrap. Thank you so much, Ron, Matt, Brad, Vanessa, and of course, Helen, who had to leave, and everyone else on the call today. Great to see you. The poll will be running for a little bit longer, so do feel free to pop some, a yes on there, but we'll see you next time.
Lovely.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Jack.
everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.